Hello guys, this is Akshat Jain. So today we are going to make speed test software. Basically this software will check your typing speed and your accuracy and will display the result. So let's open Paint and find out what basically we want to build. So I want to have a frame like this in which there must be a text field where I will type. So I will make another one. Okay, I will use brush. So I want to have a text field where I will type, and above text field I want text which needs to be typed, and above that I want a button showing start typing, basically when we want to start our bot. And here I want a button named check. This will check my accuracy, my time, and words per minute. Okay, so as we can see from this rough structure that the text field must be in center, and above text field I want text that I want to enter in the text field to check my speed, accuracy and time in which I am doing it. And above that text I want a button which when I click the text must get changed. So let's see what we are getting. So here it is, the start typing, and here the text where which we want to type. So as soon as I click on start typing, the text get changed, and this is the text which must be typed in this text field. And here in the corner we have the check button. When we click on check button, it will display the result. Currently we have clicked the start typing button 9 seconds ago, and the accuracy is 0% and the speed is 0 words per minute because we have typed nothing. So let's see how I placed it. Let me run it again. Okay, so here it is. I will just make it go down. So here it is. So I just created a variable root which has imported here is tk here, and here are my imports. So I have import time, deflib and time it and tk enter. I will discuss everything why and for what reason we have imported them. So here first we are using root equals to tk. Tk enter is the module which creates GUI based software. So this is what we can say graphic user interface or a GUI. So we want to import a frame like this. So we are using tk enter module, and we are naming root variable which is getting value from tk, and we are giving it a title of python typing speed test, and here you can see it is displaying here. So I want its geometry to be this. You can change it according to your will, and you can change it from false to true. Currently I have made it false, so I cannot resize it. There is no option to resize it. Even this option is also disabled. I can only minimize it, and I have set the color. Okay, and now let's get back to code. So what I want to have is when I click on start button, this will get activate and will check the time, accuracy and words per minute. But what if I click on this check button again? Should time start from zero again? No, we don't want that. We want this check button to start time from one again after we press the start typing button again. Let me show you what I want to say. Suppose I click on start typing and I type this, and I just check. So I have taken 5 seconds to type this word test this, and my accuracy is 36.36 and average word speed is 12 words per minute. So now if I click on check again, this time must not start from 0, this must start from the old time because we are dealing with the same sentence currently. But if I click on start typing again and this character change, and now when I click on check, I want all of these to get reset. So now time is 6 seconds. We have clicked the start typing button 6 seconds before, and our accuracy is 0 and speed is also 0 because we have not typed anything. So now let's see the concept behind this. So here we have initialized a label and we have placed it on a location real x and real y. So let me show you what basically real x and real y are. Okay, so let's suppose this is a box, then this axis is y axis and this axis is x axis. So here x is 0 0 0.0, 0 0.5, and from here we'll get it till 1, and here it is y. But you have to take one thing in mind, that y 0 0.0 is not here. It's wrong. Y 0 0.0 is here and y 1.0 is here. So if I write y 0.23 and the text is start typing, so you can see that I am getting start typing here, not here, because y 0 0.0 starts from here. So now let's move on to next things. So just let me close this. So now I have defined a label, and I also want to tell you that this root, what this root is. This root is this variable. So I want this label to be placed on this frame. Suppose I have another frame named window, and I want this label to be placed on that window frame, then I will simply change it to window. Okay, so currently we don't have any another frame, so I will just place it on root only, and I will just remove it. Okay, so let's move on. So we have defined the label, we have defined the button. This is the basic structure, and there is one more button, check. So now let's get to our functions. So basically we have two functions, one function being checked and one function is play. So as soon as we click on start typing button, it has a command play. So here we can see that command equals to play, but there is no bracket, circular bracket. So if we do like this means we are calling the function right here only. So if I run it like this, the function will get activated without even clicking the button. See, we love coding. I didn't even click on start typing, but this text appear here. So we don't want that. So we will not use this. But if you have any function which accept argument and you must send it argument to make it work, then we have to use lambda here, like this. And then we can send arguments. Okay, but now here we don't want to send any argument, so I am not using lambda. I will just simply write play, and this play will go to this function and this function will start executing. So here global word, global entered. So these are the variables which we want that we can access from anywhere, and if this variable is changed anywhere, then it should affect the variable globally, and here globally means from here till here. So the we are changing the scope of this variable from this function to complete software or complete script. So now let's move forward. We are in the play function and we are accessing variable word entered and today's time. So today's time, suppose I click this function or I want to print this function. Let's comment all, and let me just copy this. And this function will work from this. We are getting this from date time, and I will just uncomment time also because I want to show you something with this also. So let's move down, and I'm just printing this, and I will simply run. So this will display you today's date, current time, minutes, second and millisecond. Okay, so let's see what I want to do with this. I will uncomment all. Okay, so here we are. So I am getting today's date, but in today's date I only need hours, minutes and second. I have nothing to do with time. I have nothing to do with date. So I will extract the hours, minute and second. this start will get this, but this start is not in int variable. Currently its type is date time. So I, if I want to make any changes, I want to convert it to integer, but I cannot directly convert it to integer, so I have to perform various actions. So right now I don't want to convert it to any form. I will pass it to check, and then check will do all the functions which it want to do. So currently here we are saving it as datetime function only. And then word is equals to random dot choice. So random is a module which extract data from a list, given list, or from anything, and randomly we cannot predict what will come next. So here we are randomly choosing from words. So let's see what our choice is and what words we have. So here it is, words. So I have given these words which we can use to check our typing speed. Okay, so after that I have aligned that label again, and I have already explained meaning of this. And here is another term, anchor. So what does anchor does is, suppose here, let me clean it. Suppose we placed 0 0.5 and 0 0.5 real x and real y value, then we will get our button in between this. It will be in center of the frame. So now I want it to be little west or little east. So when I click on little west, when I click on west, or when I turn it from center to west by simply writing W, then its alignment will shift from here to somewhat here. And when I click on east, then it will change from here to somewhat here. And when I click on center, then it will remain in center. From center I mean is, suppose the button has dimension length of 2, and here it is 4. Then when I click on center, then the center will be this. So it will divide into 2 equal half, 2 and 2. So if I click on west, then it will be nearly 1 here and 3 here. This one is for east, and for west it will be like 1 here and 3 here. Okay, so now moving forward, hmm, entered is equals to string value. It will basically store the value you are entering in our text box. So here we have defined our text box. I have given it width 80 because we want to have it of a bigger size. And then we have a button check. So this button check will get defined in this function. So till the time this function is not running, we won't be having this button. Let's see. Okay, I have changed here anchor to west. Okay, so when I click on start typing, then only this check button will come. But till the time I am not pressing it, the check button won't come. So let's see what happens. So as soon as I clicked on start typing, this play function gets run, and this play functions initialize this check button. I want it to be center only. Okay, so what this check button will do, this check button will take us to the function check. So let's see the function check. So here again we have these three global variables, entered, word and start. So entered, word and start we have defined below also. Here they are. So it is accessing those values only. These values are defined globally, and what this string f is doing, the value we are entering is saved. With the value we are entering in the text field is getting saved in this variable. And now today date 2 is equals to time dot date. Now from here till here, some moment or few seconds have been passed. That second we want to count. So we will just find out the difference between current time and the time when I clicked on this button. So this will give us the difference. So here we are getting the difference and we are saving it. So here we are getting the ending time. So we are saving it at end, and now we want to find the difference between start and end. So I will just simply use this function, and what this is doing is it is stripping the end time. In the end time, we are getting day, month, year, or minute and second. But I just want or minute and second. So I am using this or minute and second, and I am saying FMT is equals to or minute second, and datetime strip time. And so basically here end is already in or minute and second, but just to showcase you what it is doing, I have used FMT also. So FMT is or minute second. So if the time was in year, month, day, and then odds minute second, then it must have stripped the part from it and have shown us the minute part, or part, and second part. Same thing I am doing here. So we are done with the end time and starting time, and the difference is saved in string time, s time. So this s time is also of type date time. So now basically what I want to do with s time is, this time contains the value which shows us that how much time has passed after clicking the start button or start typing button and the check button. That time basically shows how much time we have taken to type. So let me show you what I meant to say. Okay, so as soon as I click on start typing and I click on check, so as soon as I clicked on start typing, the time one started. So time one has started. Now as soon as I click on check, so it just display me the difference between the time when I clicked on start typing and I clicked on check. So the time has been 3 seconds. So 3 seconds earlier I have clicked on start typing, and it's showing accuracy and speed as 0 because I have not typed anything. Okay, so here we are. Now I want to know the difference. So as I told you earlier, that s time is of type date time, so we can only convert it to string. So here we have converted it to string like this, and now I want to have the difference. Currently here difference is in string date time, and we cannot perform mathematical operations on it directly without converting it to string. So I will just convert it to string, and when I convert it to string I will get value something like this. Suppose 3 seconds has elapsed, so it will show something like this. So currently I cannot perform any action on this also. I want to convert it in a particular type. Suppose I want to convert it in 3 seconds, then it must have 3 seconds only like this. Or if I want to convert it in odds, then I must divide this by 3600, this by 60, and then I will get odds. So currently I want it in seconds only. So here I am splitting this from this because as the time is between this, so we want to split this, so we will get or part, minute part, and second part separately in a list, s underscore time. So after we get this list, we want to convert this value to integer. After even stripping, this value will remain as int only, as a string only. So we will just typecast it to int by simply writing it like this. So we are doing the same here. We are just typecasting it into int and storing it in a variable time, and I am simply multiplying the zeroth position, which is the odd position or position, with 24, and minute position by 60, and seconds will remain in seconds. So I will get the total time or the total difference between start and end in time in seconds, and that will be an integer value so that I can perform actions or various formulas I can use via this. So now I want to calculate the speed of my typing. So I will just simply find the length of words I have typed and will split them and will divide them by 60 and then the time. So I will get my speed. But suppose if time is 0, suppose I clicked here and here too fast and the time is 0 second. So at this time this will create an error that we cannot divide it by 0. Just to handle that I have used try and except. So if we get any exception here, or if time is 0 here, it will simply put speed as 0. Okay, so now next is if a string is equals to word. So we have typed exactly what has been shown. Then we simply want to display the difference of the time from starting to end, and accuracy will be obviously 100% and speed will be this. But suppose our accuracy is not 100%, or what I mean to say is the string is not equals to word. Then this part won't be run and this else part will run. So what this else part will do is it will find the difference between the word which has been displayed to the string, the text which we have typed. So this will help us find the accuracy, and we will simply display the accuracy, and time will remain the same and accuracy will change and the speed will also remain the same. And here just I made a small mistake. This will be 3600 as we are converting or to second. So or to minute is 60, and again a minute to second is again 60, so it will be 3600. Okay, so moving forward, we have displayed the accuracy and we have initialized few labels, label 1, label 2, label 3, and we are placing the message 1, message 2, message 3. The message 1 is time, the message 2 is accuracy, and the message 3 is speed. So now let's finalize what is going to take place and what's going on. So as soon as I click on this start typing button, this def play button gets activated, and this also initializes a button named check. So as soon as we click on check button, this function starts running and will find the accuracy, time and speed. So let's run the software and see what's going on again. Okay, so here we are. So as soon as I click on start typing button, our play functions will get activate. Here it is, and the check button comes, and if I click on check right now, 3 seconds, because we have clicked start typing button and check button, and the difference is 3 seconds and the accuracy is speed is 00. So suppose I now type V. So here when we check again, the time is 15 seconds and the accuracy is 25% only, because I have not typed the complete. So I want to show you another thing. Suppose I want to have, okay, so now let me type this. So I have typed the string, and when I check, the accuracy is still 77.78%, because here you can see that T is capital, the W is capital, the here W is again capital and O is capital, but here I have made it small. So if I make it capital, okay, and when I click on check again, the time must be greater than 9 seconds, because I have made this mistake and this should get affected here. So when I click on check, the time is 39 seconds, so I took 30 more seconds to make it correct, and now my accuracy is 100%, but the speeds or the words per minute is 6.15 word per minute only. So when I click on start typing again, this will change, and when I click on check, 2 seconds have passed, nothing has been done, and so on. So that's all for this.